In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to import a QTI file into Canvas. QTI file is generated with responders. It usually exists in a zipped file format. Do not unzip it before you do what I'm going to show you next. So now you go to your Canvas course, you go to Settings, and then you choose Import Course Content. Select the one. Instead of copy your Canvas course, you choose QTI zipped file, and you choose a file, the zipped file that you have received, you have downloaded, and click on it and open. And it is asking you to put a default question bank. You don't have to do anything. It's going to automatically create a question bank. So I'm going to just import the file, and it's being queued. Okay, so I'm going to wait a little while. Okay, now it should exist. Click on quizzes. It's going to create a quiz automatically under quizzes, which you can then add to your modules. But the quizzes here just list all the questions one after another. If you want to scramble this, you may want to go to quizzes again and go to question bank, manage question bank, and you see there are 75 questions all in one question bank. If you want to divide them up by putting some multiple choice question in one question bank and essay question in another one, you can do that. That way you can just have some more flexibility in how you present your exam. Let me show you how to do this. Okay, so I am going to add a new question bank. I will call it BIH 652 final exam again, and I will call this one essay questions. Okay, and then I will name this one as multiple choice. And then there are some essay questions that are hidden among the multiple choice question bank. So what you do is you need to move multiple questions. If you have figured out which ones are the essay questions, let's say this few are essay questions, then I move them into the essay questions. Okay, but I'm just using this as an example, so I may not be accurate in finding out the essay questions. So now let's go back to question banks. You will see the essay questions 4 questions, and multiple choice has 71 questions. So now I'm going to show you how to build a quiz based on this question bank. So click on the quizzes. I would get rid of this quiz here altogether. Don't worry, it is still existing in question bank. So I'm just going to rebuild the quiz itself. Okay, let's call this final exam and go to questions, and I will create a question group that consists of only multiple choice questions, and I'm going to pick 70 out of 71. Okay, each one was 1 point. So I'm linked to the question bank, and I think it starts to be here. So I choose a multiple choice and I select the bank, and I create this group. Now you will see Canvas will present 70 multiple choice questions first, and then after that I'm going to give them a prompt. Choose text only, no question. The following essay questions are based on this prompt, and then you just describe your prompt here. Okay, and then you just update this question. Basically this seems to be a question, but actually it's just a text. Okay, and then you add a new group, and this group will be essay questions, and I'm going to pick 4. Each one worth, let's say, 5 points, and then I link to the essay questions here, selected, and create a group. And now you actually have the quizzes built. It has it's going to pick 70 questions from multiple choice bank, and then it will have some instructions for students about the prompt, and then there will be 4 essay questions for them to see, and it is all randomized. This multiple choice question as well as essay question, so students will not be able to get them from the same order, although they may be the same questions. Or you can just pick fewer questions from the question bank, like 70 questions from a bank of 71. And that way the student will get slightly different questions and in probably very different orders. And then once you are ready with it, you just save it, and then you can go back and edit the question details to configure the time, the attempts, whether you want to show the correct answer to students, and how do you assign these quizzes to people, or this kind of settings that you can configure under details. And once you're done with these settings, you save and publish this, and students will be able to take the quiz. That's in a nutshell how you import a QTI file into your Canvas course, and how you can just reconfigure it as a quiz. I always recommend that once you finish doing this, you preview the question and take the exam yourself to see whether there are some issues, some wrong answers, and if you see any issues, go back to edit and fix those issues before you release the quiz or the exam to the students, because once it's released to them, it's more difficult to change. Sometimes it is impossible. Okay. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.